Nigeria ranks as the 24th most corrupt country in the world in 2021. In 2020, it ranked as the 25th most corrupt country in the world. This is according to the 2021-2020 Corruption Perception Index by Transparency International. The growth of corruption in Nigeria has left Nigerians in wonder about the zeal of this present administration in fighting corruption in the country as it promised. On the 15th of April 2022, two ex-state governors, Joshua Dariye and Jolly Nyame of Plateau and Taraba states, were granted presidential pardons on health and age grounds. Dariye is 64 while Nyame is 66 years old. Both men were convicted for embezzlement and misappropriation of state funds. The question on the minds of many Nigerians is this even legal? Vika Ogwafo is a lawyer. He believes it is.
Is it legal? Yes, it's legal. And simply put, the Constitution, particularly sections 175 and 200, I'm not very sure of the other section right now, allows the president and state governors to give presidential pardon to criminals they seem fit. However, this particular provision has an ouster clause to it. So before that presidential pardon is given, there are certain considerations that should be factored in. So with regards to your question, yes, it's very legal.
So I was saying, during the course of what you were saying, you said that there are some grounds that the president can stand on or the state governor can stand on to grant pardons to criminals 7 times. So can you establish some of these grounds?
So just one major duration before that power is actually exercised. So the question is whether or not it is fair, it is equitable, and it's in consonance with public policy for that particular power to be exercised. So in other words, before a pardon is granted, is it just that such person should be released? Has this person served his or her term? And what are the implications or ramifications as to whether or not this person should be released?
Dare Adaramula is also a legal practitioner. Though he believes the president was within his constitutional rights, he insists he abused his powers.
But I think the major challenge we have here is that power was abused. And that's the major issue we are having here.
Some Nigerians, however, consider these pardons to be a political move.
Of APC came out to say that once you join, the party, your sins are forgiven. And with the trend of what has been happening of people joining APC and their sins, quote and unquote, are forgiven, I mean, that's a very clear indication that it's a political move. And in fact, okay, so let me just hold on there. Let me just hold on there and allow Darry to jump in on it.
It shows that if you join the current party, that's the APC, it shows that there are favors and there are things that can be done by joining. There are benefits. I think that's the right word to use. That you can get while you join this party, and that's what it shows. Because looking at what the president has done, and this is the president that one of the major things he has been talking about is fight against corruption, and now he's granting pardon criminals, like you said. These are people that have been convicted up to the level of Supreme Court. That's the highest court in Nigeria, and you just grant pardon just like that. And that was their conviction was upheld by the Supreme Court. That was 2020. Recently, and you just granted them pardon 2022 shows that there's more to it. Once you are friends with the government, once you belong to the party, there are some benefits that you get. So I agree with Vika on that.
Some analysts have said these pardons for men convicted of stealing billions of naira rubbishes efforts of the country's anti-corruption agency, which took years to secure the convictions. They also say it has made Nigeria a laughingstock internationally.
Is the implication it has in the international community and space. So, international community would be very unresponsive to support us in our fight against corruption, because they know at the end of the day that if they help us, whatever they do would be of no help or no use in the long run, because convictions are secured and subsequently overturned. A very practical example is Mr. Clark, one of the witnesses in the case, who is an American. Monies were used to fly him down here to testify. He led his evidence, and now he's saying that the person who was convicted has been pardoned. I mean, it's a very bad, it draws a very bad light on the Nigerian government in their fight against corruption.
This decision raises lots of questions about the anti-corruption war of the Buhari administration. It is also sure to dampen the moral law enforcement agencies in Nigeria who do their job at great personal risk.
Because what this message will pass to the prosecutors or agencies like EFCC and ICPC is going to affect their commitment level. It's going to actually affect their morale, because they will be of the opinion that if the standard number of years it takes to get a conviction in Nigeria, especially when you are prosecuting cases against influential people like ex-governors, people that have held political offices, you can be on it for 3, 4, 5 years. So what this is showing is, even after doing this, they can still get pardoned after. And also shows that even all the money expended on this is actually a waste. You understand what I'm saying? So this actually is, should I say, is more like a contradictory message from the government that its main mantra is fight against corruption, and on the other part is encouraging corruption. It shows the body language of the government.
The people of Taraba and Plateau states, right, we are the ones, or are the ones that are directly affected by this particular embezzlement that these governors had to pay for. The people of Taraba and Plateau states, they do not have the justice that they deserve. Well, what steps can the people of Taraba and Plateau states take to seek a redress on this particular presidential pardon? Is there a possibility of that?
So basically, so this is a very subjective opinion. The president, who is regarded as the number one citizen in Nigeria, has made a decision. Now, these decisions are constitutional, and he has said, this is what I want. I want these criminals to be released. Let them go. They are old people. He's the number one citizen in the country, right? He has exercised the powers given to him. So there's little to nothing that the people in Taraba State can do, which is the very sad reality about it. There's little to nothing about they get. So at most or at best, what can happen, or what they'll do, is to peek to the streets and say, we are not happy with these decisions that have been made. So that's off the top of my head. That's what I think.
Could it be that a system which many feel has been rigged to favor the elite has been rigged even further?
To be very honest, as pointed out the major concerns there, it shows we are not serious in our fight against corruption. It shows that some people are bigger than the other Nigerians. It just shows that if you have money and you belong to a particular political party, you can do anything you can get away with it. And also, it shows that when we are investigating matters and we need cooperation from other agencies outside or other countries, they will not be willing to provide support, because they feel, and they have been saying, it's not the first time they've been saying that we are not serious in our fight against corruption, that we are only running propaganda here. So this clearly shows how it is done in Nigeria. It shows that we are not ready to fight corruption, like we are just making noise about it. And I think this will actually reflect, it's something we should reflect on for the oncoming election as 2023. These are things we must consider, and we must look at it from all points of view. And we must use that to rate the current government, that this government actually lived up to its expectations and seen met of all its promises. Because I think one thing we can hold in for this current administration is its fight against corruption. And I think it has failed in this area completely.